What's up guys, welcome to Southern Hike. I'm Taylor. Today we're talking about what my meal prep is for every day I'm on the trail on a backpacking trip. Alright guys, thank you for joining today. Sorry we missed last week. It's just been a little chaotic as we're trying to get still moved into our new home. There's just so much going on. But we want to appreciate all of our viewers that continue to watch our videos and all our new subscribers. Just thank you again. We're still working on a setup for our channel at our new home. This is our temporary setup now. I want you to meet our new friend Bob in the background. He's a lone wolf. So give him a good warm welcome in the comments to Southern Hike. He'll be joining along with us for a little bit. But today guys, I just want to talk about some of the things that I use when I'm on the trail, when I'm doing a backpacking trip, for as far as food goes, as far as snack, what my main meals are going to be, and how I'll maintain how much food I'll need. One of the main things I want to say first is it's important to know your weight and your maintenance calories and how many calories you're going to need if on a non-active day, just to stay above level and make sure you're not actually starving yourself, for lack of better words. It's important to know what your maintenance calories are. You can easily Google that. I'll try a quick link in the bottom of a good place to actually check your maintenance calories. And then so from that part, based on your weight and your maintenance calories, you'll need to use that number to know how many calories you add based on how much hiking you're going to do that day. Now everybody's a little different, especially for females. They won't burn near as many calories as males will, so that's something to be cautious of. Also, they won't need as many calories total in a day. But for men, you also need a lot more, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of incline hiking. On days of decline, it isn't as many calories you're going to burn, but it's just important to make sure to know you stay over your maintenance level and continued amount of calories for all the energy you burn that day. For example, on our Colorado hike we just did a couple months ago, we made sure that we brought a lot of extra because we were doing over 10 miles each day, and especially on 2 days it was constant incline, so you're burning a ton of calories, not to mention your maintenance calories. So I'll link that video above. I'm actually gonna talk about what we used on a day hike on our backpacking trip in Colorado. What were the full meal prep for each day. There was probably a couple little extra things we added to this, but this was the main essentials I made sure we had every day. Rachel didn't need as much, but she tried to be constant and make sure she had a lot of calories, just because another thing is high elevation. You want to make sure you keep your calorie count up no matter what. Also, you're drinking, how much water you're drinking too. So to start off in the mornings, I didn't want to go ahead and eat a heavy meal in the mornings. That's just personal preference. Some people like to have a big breakfast big on the trail, but me, naturally, I've always not been a big breakfast eater, so I want to keep it light. But I make sure I have coffee with some caffeine in it, and then one meal, something like a morning protein bar or breakfast bar, usually a little over 200 calories. This works that well. Kellogg's makes a great one that's cheap. It works well for me. Got a little bit of sugar in it, give you that extra kick, and it has some small amount of protein in it, but it's more just like a breakfast bar. I've also used the Clif bars that have the espresso in them. Those work really well. We use those on the Colorado trip. This has been another great choice for doing any backpacking trips we do. We might start with that one, and then maybe as a brunch or mid-morning extra breakfast, maybe if I have some nuts with me or dry fruit or any type of jerky, I might snack on that a little bit. And then once it gets to lunchtime, I use these Green Belly meals to go. This makes it where I don't have to pull out my stove and do any cooking midday. I can easily pull this out on the trail with some water. I usually try to drink a lot of water with these, but they're really good. I'll link their website below also. I love these. They're really good. They are expensive, but they are so worth it if you want to make sure you get the right amount of calories and actually have something that tastes good on the trail. Now, for an afternoon snack, now I change this up sometimes depending on what's going on. Sometimes I'll have a whole bag of jerky I'll kind of snack through in the afternoon, but another thing is I'll do Clif bars, but these RX bars work really well too. They have been a great thing for us to use for an afternoon snack while we're on the trail. And then last but not least, this is where I usually bring the stove out. Try to keep it to once a day where I've got to set the stove up, but it's important to have a really high calorie meal at night, in my opinion. That's what I always do, is eat a big meal in the evening. That way I'm already kind of chill for the evening anyways, and I don't have to do any more hiking, so I don't want to put too much on my stomach and kind of exhaust myself, but I'm already tired anyway. I will go ahead and start. I just use them Mountain House for a reference. This has always been one of their best, their beef stroganoff, but it works pretty well, and I mean, I couldn't tell you I've been eating these for years. Now on that Colorado trip, we used the Peak Refuel. They are so good. They use a lot less water. Food tastes really well. There's not a lot of extra artificial ingredients. Now everybody knows Mountain House is one of the big choices, but check out Peak Refuel. I'll link them below. They are some great foods, also on the pricey side, but man, we have really enjoyed using theirs on the trail. All right, now Everybody's a little different. Sometimes I'll bring Skittles with me. Sometimes I'll bring extra sweet, something that's not gonna melt in my pack. But I know that this is another one we've used right here, this Backpacker's Pantry. I think this one, yeah, this is the dark chocolate cheesecake mix. Kind of messy, but man, it's good at night if you just want something sweet. Kind of celebrate another day on the trail finish. This has worked pretty well. And I mean, I don't know, I like these. These are simple. They have like a ridiculous expiration date on it. They will last for a long time. So honestly, it's just been a quick way to carry something with us pretty light in a pack, and it gives us a good meal. What we and Rachel will do is actually just split one of these, because this is 300 calories in itself and it's just a little much, but there's plenty when you mix it with cold water. You don't have to use your stove on this. There's plenty for everybody here as far as a couple. If you just want to use one of these, it's just been a great option for us. So guys, that is my meal prep for one day. Obviously what's going to be in that day will change a little bit as far as flavors and what type of meal. I'll switch it up. Hickory Fuel has a lot of great choices. I want to talk more about this in some other videos. Let me know in the comments if you're interested to hear more about theirs. We might try some of them on a video and see how good they are. I've got a couple that I've tried so far, but I'd love to try some of their newer ones. They are very popular, so it takes a while sometimes to get a hold of, but just let me know in the comments if you're interested to hear more about it. But that is our setup. I mean, this works well for us. We can pack all this into our bear canister if we're in a place where we need it. It all packs pretty well. It's pretty light. It's just been a great choice for us. You know, if we're doing a simple hike, just an overnight on one of our local trails like the Pine Mountain Trail, I'll sometimes make a meal and pack it up. We actually did a video talking about like steak tip. I'll link that video where we made it with potatoes. Very good. Just freeze it, carry it with us for an overnight hike when we ain't got far to actually backpack in. It's just easy to put by the fire, and by that time it's kind of melted anyways, and it makes it easier to set up and have like a fresh meal. That way we can just celebrate our time out there and have a good meal like we would cook at home, and it just works easy. But on a multi-day hike, that's just not gonna work. So it's important to have something that can be dry. You can carry it with you, warm it up on your stove when you're ready, and have everything set up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you for all our subscribers. We're so happy you're here. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment any questions you might have. And hey, also make some suggestions below of what you use on your meal prep day if you want to share. I'd love to hear what you've got to say, what works well for you. I hope this video wasn't good to you. And guys, thank you and have a great day.